do believe that sharing wisdom is what today's all about, and it's what successful caregiving is all about. So I do want you to find wisdom in the professionals you meet, in the speakers and the panelists, but more than that, find wisdom in the family caregivers you interact with, because every single one of us has a piece of the puzzle that some other caregiver is looking for. I've seen 1,000,000 times in a room where a caregiver stands up and says, I can't figure this out, there's no answer to this, and 10 caregivers in the room go, well, here's how I did. Here's what I did. There is never a time when you're with a family caregiver that you're not actually with a professional, because they are the CEO of caring for their loved one, Inc., as you are the CEO of caring for your loved one, Inc., and all you can do is learn from each other. What is Healthier Boynton Beach?
All right, that's a great question. What is Healthier Boynton Beach? Healthier Boynton Beach is a community-led, resident-led initiative funded through Palm Healthcare Foundation. And what it is our goal is to improve healthy outcomes for family caregivers here in Boynton Beach. Palm Healthcare funds 3 different focus areas throughout Palm Beach County. And each focus area is different in each community. We have Healthier Delray, which their focus area is behavioral health. We have Healthier Jupiter, their focus area is diabetes management. We have Healthier Lake Worth, which is behavioral health. And we have Healthier Neighbors, which is Riviera Beach and West Palm Beach, and their focus area is behavioral health. And we now have Healthier Glades, and their focus is behavioral health. But the great thing about Healthier Boynton is our focus area is family caregivers.
Let's say that again.
Family caregivers.
Yes.
Because.
Yeah. Let's give it up.
And that's important to understand because each community had the opportunity to select their focus area. And Boynton Beach felt that that was important to our community, family caregiver, because we understand the challenges and the stress and the situations that caregivers go through. So we felt that we needed to focus our attention on family caregivers.
You know, I always like to say that all caregiving is national in implication. You need to know what's going on in D.C. and the federal government. You need to know what's going on with the CDC. You need to know all these different things. But local in application. You need to know who's in your community to support you. So the idea that there are standalone support organizations that are missioned to support the needs of that community is brilliant. How did that come about?
Well, it came about because basically, like I said, Palm Healthcare funded these different initiatives. So what we did was it was a process. So we went to the community and we found out, we gave them the opportunity to select for one of the 3 focus areas. So we sat down with them, we had focus groups to find out what are the areas, what are the needs of caregivers, what are some of the issues. And through that process, we identified that awareness was very, very important because many folks didn't identify themselves as family caregivers. Even though they was doing the work, they just didn't see themselves as a family caregiver at the time. So I think raising awareness about family caregivers, I think that was first, and that's something that came out of the focus groups. Secondly, what we identified was education was important. Many people wasn't aware of the services that were available to them as a caregiver. So we want to promote and educate those about these different services and resources that could, make things a little bit more easier for them. And thirdly, we identified that health and wellness was very, very important because many times being a caregiver, you kind of lose sight of yourself because you're so busy worried about your loved ones. So, your health and wellness start to decrease. So we want to make sure that our family caregivers stay healthy and safe and that they can continue to do a great job. And those are the different things that we were able to identify through those focus groups.
We always say the challenge of family caregivers is we take ourselves out of the circle of care. So here you are in the community, putting them right back in the middle of the circle of care. Tell me some of the programs that you're developing or you've developed and where you're going with Healthier Boynton Beach.
Yeah, some of the programs. What we do is we have what we call a steering committee. And out of that steering committee, that's the leadership of Healthier Boynton Beach. And within the steering committee, we have work groups. And the work groups are actually what the work that we do actually take place. The work groups usually meet once a month and they come up with different ideas and things that could have an impact on those focus areas that we've identified. So some of the things that we've been doing in the community, we had the opportunity to do a Caregiver's Luncheon, which was fantastic. We plan to do it again this year. It's usually in the month of November because November is the month, National Caregivers Month. So we try to celebrate and recognize our caregivers during that month. One of the things we do, and we do it right at this center here, we do what we call community conversations. And we do those community conversations every other month. And the purpose of the community conversations is to come together, identify, talk about different things as it relates to caregiving and things that's going on in the community. We also bring a provider in to kind of educate the community about different services that are taking place.
We try to practice servant leadership at the foundation, and when we talk about servant leadership, you guys are our example and models of that. And every story that I hear, every person that I meet that is a caregiver, I have the most profound respect for what you guys do. And the little bit, our part is easy, to be able to shine a light on this issue. And to be able to support Healthier Boynton Beach and the great work of putting Boynton Beach on the map for being the best community in the country for how we take care of each other in family caregiving. So, thank you very much.
Why practice mindfulness? In a word, freedom from suffering. This group is very familiar with suffering. As Gary said, you are heroes. You're practicing every day cultivating compassion by caring for others. Mindfulness is caring for yourself so that you can be better servant leaders in caring for others. And you'll hear a lot about benefits of mindfulness, stress relief. It's true. Clearer decision making, it's also true. Better sleep, better emotional intelligence, all true. The doctors who study this can tell you that, and there are more and more studies coming out all the time. So I hope even just with a small taste, you understand the benefits of practicing mindfulness, why to practice mindfulness, but really in a word, it's freedom from suffering for ourselves and for others. Breathing in, I'm grateful for pure awareness in us and around us. Breathing out, I'm grateful for pure awareness in us and around us. That's a little taste of mindfulness.
What do you do for us as family caregivers when we call your helpline?
Our helpline answers any questions related to seniors. So we handle everything from Medicare questions, when you have a prescription drug plan and you need to change that, to I need home delivered meals, to I need an aid to help me with bathing or help me bathe my loved one. We have people who call because they can't pay their electric bill. People who call because they want to apply for food stamps. They want to apply for the Medicare Savings Program, some of the benefits available for seniors on Medicare. We provide you with free help if you're facing foreclosure, eviction, or you want to put a grandson, granddaughter, family member out of your house who will leave. We help you with public benefit issues if you keep getting denied benefits or you're facing overpayment with Social Security. If you're having an issue with your condo association or homeowner association, facing discrimination, you feel like they won't allow you to have your live emotional support animal or service animal, we will help fight that for you.
Take a minute, and that would be one of the tools that you can implement so that you begin to recognize what your own needs are. The reality is that if you had a pet, you had a child, you have a husband, or you have parents, or you have friends, you have been a caregiver most of your life. So for once, this is about recognizing that we also need the help and learn how to ask for it in a way that is not threatening to ourselves.
But what it does do is it gives you the peace of mind that you all are getting together, maybe with a member of the family who you may not see eye to eye with, but allow the mediator to just open the communication enough so that you can get the best care for your mom and maybe take the stress level off of yourself.